Okay, you got a match. It's against Conco United. They're offline. This is actually the team we beat 10-0 last time, but we were pretty lucky to do that. And it got us overconfident. And yeah, we won. We beat them 10-0. We had 26 shots. They had 13, I think. So we're really lucky. I mean, not lucky to win, but lucky to win 10-0. Got us a bit overconfident. Probably I won't say ruined, but it ruined us from properly making the purchases we needed to make quick enough to have not totally destroyed our whole season, basically. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's an overstatement. Totally destroyed. We still win a good chance to make the top 4, obviously, and still in a couple cups, so we could make something of this yet. So yeah, but obviously, when you beat them 10-0, despite being very, very lucky and fortunate, so we've had that scoreline. You obviously will be disappointed if we do anything except win this. So we're going to go more attacking, like so, just like the last game. More attacking out at the start. I actually have the same setup as last time. I think we want to play with a faster tempo from the beginning because we know that we're going to probably outplay in this match. So we'll up the tempo, and hopefully, yeah, if at any point we're not outplaying them and the faster tempo impacts that, we'll obviously reconsider. But so far, we're outplaying him. Okay, we're going to go a bit more attacking. I'm just going to pause it because really things aren't going how we'd hoped, so let's just change it back to how we started. Gomez has got that knock, so I think he should come off pretty early, but not quite this early. Okay, so pick that goal up. So now I am going to pause it because it's a bit different. We don't need to change something. So one, we probably want to pull that player back, lock that in. And two, we don't need to be able to worry. So it's more of a concern now that that we hold the lead and don't concede a goal than it is to sort of make sure Arellano comes at the right moment for him to have maximum attacking impact. Now we sort of want to have maximum impact immediately to hold this lead. So it's a very long explanation. Hopefully it kind of makes sense. There's a difference here as to if we want to score the goal, we bring Arellano on later so that he comes on fresh versus more tired defenders, versus if we want to hold the lead, we want to get the player with the knock off quickly to bring down a fresh player, to bring out a fresh player as soon as possible. This delves into detail a little bit for the logic and the reasoning here. hard one to. I mean, yeah, to some of you, I think that's just going to make sense, and others it probably isn't, and I don't really know how to explain the difference there really. It's a pretty marginal difference, to be honest. Anyway, it's not massive, but the thing is, quite often matches are won and lost, drawn by these fine margins, and over the course of a season, all these things will make a difference. So, right now we have got the 2-goal lead, and right now, again, we're thinking, once we hold this lead a little bit longer, we're already thinking about now. Let's pause it, because I think now is the right time. So we paused there. I think now is the right time. It's the same reasoning. We just want to make sure we hold this lead. So we're going to bring out Pereira for Sosa, because Sosa is a bit tired, and also because Pereira is a more defensive player. And now we want to make the third sub really late, obviously, as long as we're still winning. It's not worth taking the risk, basically. But we might end up playing with only 10 men. Kind of depends, really. The longer we hold the 2-goal lead, the longer we will basically wait to make this last sub. Now we have a 3-goal lead. I think it's not officially over. I think very close to being a good game now, especially with them not being online. To be able to do the changes that are required to give yourself an actual chance to get a result out of this. They're not here to do it, so I think it's game. Just at what point will we decide if we officially won? Because I think that's a point where we make the third sub to give ourselves a chance to score that 4th goal. I think it's about now. I think it's basically over. So, and up the tempo, I think. I think it's definitely officially over here, so we just go crazy, just a bit more attacking with the wing backs. Not that. See if we can get another goal. I think a pretty solid performance. In many ways, it's actually in many ways it's a better performance than when we beat them 10-0. So more very solid, very tight performance, especially when we got that early knock as well. So that, you know, had that early bad luck, we still come away with a very comfortable win here. Indeed, 26 shots, only had 8, 26 shots to 8, and we had that early knock. Like I said, we had that bad misfortune at the start, and I think we've done well, done really well. 26 shots to 8, so more than 3 times as many shots, 70% possession in the last 10 minutes, 61% possession overall. Really, I think, I mean, let's compare that to when we won 10-0, when I said we were lucky, fortunate to win by that much. Look, we said we had 26 shots in that game as well. A lot better on target ratio, but actually less possession overall, you know, and less possession in the last 10 minutes. Just a bit more ruthless in front of goal, but actually they only had 13 shots in that match. They only had 8 this time, so I think, yeah, in many ways our performance this match is actually better. Obviously not, though, because we scored 10 goals last time, right? I mean, at an analytical level, I think this was a nice performance. This was a really comfortable, solid win, despite having an early knockback and sort of just adjusting well, making the right decisions. I think one reason why I was really happy with this win here is because I just think we made nice, solid decisions throughout. That decision to change to have a bit more attacking player at the start, give ourselves a better chance to score. The decision to not sub off Gomez straight away when he picked up that knock, but then the decision to make the sub straight away after we scored the goal. I think all in all, I'm really happy with the decision making. I think the only thing that maybe you could argue was a mistake here potentially is that this last sub maybe should have been for the player with the yellow card. But there wasn't any sub that we couldn't do that sub without messing up our tactic. Basically, we would have ended up with only one central midfielder. So I think it makes sense if we had a natural central midfielder to bring in still. The reason why we didn't, because we started the Sosa, who is the player who could come in for him normally. So yeah, I think you could argue possibly, but I think it was basically more risky to not play 2 central midfielders for all that time than what it was to run the risk of him picking up that second yellow card for this time here. I think realistically, keep the tactic that is dominating the match intact, and you're not going to concede the 3 goals, right? Whereas if we did something fundamental and only play 1 central midfielder, maybe that could be the catalyst to concede the 3 goals. Obviously, you're running the risk that you could get sent off, which could then in turn, I don't know, you can debate that one basically. Maybe that third sub should have been for the player with the yellow card, so maybe that was a mistake. I think in either case the match was probably over, so then you could argue that yeah, it wasn't worth running the risk of him getting a red card, just simply because so he wouldn't miss the next match. So yeah, I think maybe that was a mistake. So yeah, it wasn't a perfect match again. We made I think it's obvious. We should have subbed him off, basically. It's a mistake. We're going to win anyway, so we should have just ensured that, reduced that chance that he'd get sent off, that he'd miss the next match, basically. So, okay. But I think it's a pretty minor mistake. Not a big one, but a bit obvious. And I guess if it's a bit obvious, it's kind of a big mistake, depending on how you look at it. So, but yeah, that's just about future match planning as well. So, but you know, when the result is secured, when it's certain that you're going to win or certain that you're going to lose, from that point, then really you should still be making the correct decisions, not for the context of the current match, because it's already won or lost, but for the context of your future matches or the competition, the wider perspective of the competition. If goal difference or something is important like that, to try to protect that, or if it isn't, then to sort of protect your players from getting sent off, or just to sub off your we've got one superstar player just to sub him off to make sure we wouldn't get injured in those closing stages, that type of thing. So yeah, I think that was a bit of a mistake, but all in all, okay. And it's another win. Actually, we got pretty good form now, and as you can see now, we're reeling in third spot in projected points. Our form is pretty good. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wins in a row. 7 wins in a row. And undefeated in 12 matches. So we got a nice little run of form, I guess. So yeah, it'd be nice to see if we can keep this streak going. Fortunately, in the TFA Cup, we got the hardest possible draw. Not the hardest possible because we're at home, I guess. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. And then in the 90-minute Fever Cup, there for Palace, so PFA Div1 team, it's not an easy draw at all as well. So, and some good players here, obviously. So yeah, young players. We'll see. Pretty late on in the 90-minute Fever Cup, so realistically, no easy draws that are going to be had. So for now, we're just happy that we've picked up. It's almost like we get back in last season now. Another match, another win. It's almost like that again, isn't it? So hopefully it can continue. We're kind of banging the goals in, which is nice. 70 goals. Only one team scored more than us, who were top. They got 73, but have actually played 4 more matches than us. So yeah, I think we're having a nice little season there. In some ways, so and like yeah, I've been confident for a while that we were going to get that top 4 spot. I was looking a bit unlikely for a point, but just the fact that we're playing all our matches online, if nothing else, was gonna sort of do it in the end. So, all right, cheers, thanks for watching, and catch you for the next match.